Well, let's dive into what a clean coder and code look like. You mentioned in your books that some languages are said to be cleaner than others, or lead developers towards writing cleaner code. What are those languages you refer to? What makes a language cleaner than another?
If we go back in time and we look at the languages that we started with, the very first language was just raw binary. Alan Turing wrote code for the automated computing engine literally in raw binary. That's not a very clean language. And then, take a step forward. Very rapidly, they came up with an assembly language of some kind that would allow a certain amount of symbolic representation. And that's cleaner than binary, but not much. If you've ever done any assembly language programming, you know that it is not at all intuitive. Take another step forward to a language like Fortran, invented in 1953. All right, it's a little bit better than assembly language, maybe not a lot better, but at least you can kind of read it. And there were limitations in the language. Variables could not be more than, I think it was 6 characters long. Maybe it was 8 in Fortran. I can't remember. But, there wasn't a lot of expressive ability there. Keep moving forward in time to a language like C. C, invented in 1968, is remarkably expressive. In a language like C, you can say things that other programmers can very easily understand, and even non-programmers can kind of understand. Move it forward to C++. Now you've got classes and objects. There's another level of expression that you can put forward. That's an immensely expressive language. Take it forward to Java and C#. This is where you get rid of most of the cruft in C++ and kind of clean up the idea. And the language is deeply expressive. There are all kinds of interesting things that you can say in this language using the structures of the language, the classes, the namespaces, the files, the directories. There's an immense amount of expressivity that you can put forward. So I think that's the pathway that has led us to cleaner and cleaner languages. Now, oddly enough, the language that I think is cleanest at the moment is an extremely old language, which is Lisp, or rather a variety of Lisp that I like, which is called Clojure, and Clojure. And that language is as expressive as Java. It sits on top of the Java framework, so it's as expressive as Java. It has all of the expressive tidbits that Java has, but it has a syntax that is so impossibly simple that it allows you to say things that you can't say in any other language at all. So that right now is my favorite of all the languages and probably the cleanest.